Great. So I think we're going to continue a little bit down the line and hear now from the folks who are on the Appointments and Promotion Committee to tell us what their one pearl is to share with you about the process. Just to start out with, and then
one pearl, and then we'll build off. One pearl is to, again, I'm Andy Jagoda, past chair of emergency medicine, and I've been on the APT Committee now for 15 years. So I've seen the process of us developing the clinician educator track and more recently the practice track that we'll talk a little bit more about. The one pearl I would say is you need to network early in your career, and that networking helps you become involved in various committees. It opens up opportunities for you. It surprises me how many people put their CV together and they don't have any regional or national involvement in committees. It's very difficult not to be on a committee. All you have to do is usually raise your hand. But it shows involvement, and so sometimes when we review promotion packets, there just isn't that representation of having been involved outside of the immediate area. So as you go up the chain, and then sometimes it surprises me, some of my faculty or others coming up for promotion can't come up with a list of 20 people or 15 people to serve as their references. And that tells me also they haven't been out there networking. So you start at a very early part in your career, the committee, the subcommittees, and that's how you begin building relationships. Without that network, you're not going to have the support needed to get promoted. There's so many other pearls, but that's one area. Can I have your pearl? If you give me your pearl, I'll
No, I was going to take yours, but you did it first. So, I'm Lynne Richardson. I'm a professor of emergency medicine and also population health science and policy. And although I don't know that I want to use that for my one pearl, for those of you who have an area of expertise and interest that crosses departmental boundaries, it is worth cultivating a relationship with that second department. And we've done this a lot in emergency medicine because, of course, many of our faculty's research interest is shared with another department. And so I think when you go into the promotion process and you actually have two departments and two chairs from which that nomination is coming, that may be a little bit helpful. Or it may be an institute that you're involved in, a research institute and a department. I think the future belongs to those who work in transdisciplinary teams. So I would encourage you to think about that. But what I want to say to the young faculty in the audience, and whether you're in the clinician educator track or in the investigator research track, you must write. I think this is the hardest thing for all of us. It's still a struggle for me, I know, but particularly for the clinician educators, you have to share what it is you do that's new and innovative and unique. And so you really have to focus on getting those publications out. We look to see a balanced portfolio. When you're an assistant professor, early on we expect to see you leading papers. It may be that your mentor is the senior author. But by the time you're ready to go up for associate, we'd like to see a little bit of independence so that perhaps you're a senior author and there's a fellow or a resident who's the lead author, so you're now showing us that you're mentoring those who are more junior to you. So think about those writing projects and think about positioning. We do understand about multiple first authors in large groups. We do understand that a lot of research is done in teams and there may now be many names on a paper, but be a little bit strategic in planning what you write and thinking about the authorship position. And this is really something to talk to your mentor about. When you're very junior, you probably should not be giving away first author positions to residents and fellows. until you have a substantial number, and then you actually should start giving them away and being the senior author to show that progression. So that's the kind of strategy that you need to be talking to an experienced mentor about.
I'm Stan Turm. I'm actually in both the Department of Neurology and also Geriatrics and Palliative Care. I think one of the most important things in the whole promotion process is really to have a chair like Dr. Jagoda, who just writes absolutely the best chair letters. It's very hard to turn down anybody in his department after reading his letter. Sometimes chairs are busy and they tell you, oh, you write it and I'll take a look at it. But Dr. Jagoda really clearly puts a lot of effort into those letters, and you get a real sense of what the individual is like and the contributions that that individual has made. And so I would encourage you to encourage your chairs to take the time and effort that's really necessary for that. And that's not always so easy to do, since obviously you want them to write you a good letter.
Great, and we'd love for Kathy to also share a pearl, since she's been doing this for so many years.
Okay, well, you know, a pearl is difficult in a way. The pearl is how long I've been here, and I've seen so many changes to the process, and there's been terrific improvement in the area of academic development and mentorship and faculty participation more. I see it. And it's reflected in every one of the CVs that come into our office for review. We're a clearinghouse for all faculty transactions. When it comes to the senior faculty, they get handled a bit differently. We keep log books and we wait for letters to come back, and we decide when they're ready to be presented for review. And we're just, you know, things couldn't be better right now, to tell you the truth.